Continuing with our exploration into the documentation, we select again the docs and now Splunk Enterprise Security integrations. And here we see the following tabs for overview, install, data model correlations, setup, risk-based alerting, and the setup of security feeds. Selecting the overview, the overview page covers the two basic methods related to enriching notable events and their differences. Those are risk-based alerting, or RBA, and the adaptive response, or AR. Adaptive responses are also utilized in threat hunts. Selecting now docs and moving into the install. The install page related to enterprise security has some key areas that must be observed, and it's worth checking this page carefully to understand the parameters the administrator must enter and configure for a fully working integration. Those involve generating notable events from IOC detections, working with adaptive response feeds, and most importantly, configuring options for the incident review settings. Moving on and selecting the data model correlations. These go into more detail related to the IOC types, data models, and correlating fields. For example, here we provide a brief description of the data model suggested network traffic all when attempting to correlate with IP IOCs, where the resulting field that would be needed would be the dest field. If we were to consider a URL IOC, the data model would be the web, with the field being the web.url. Selecting docs again and now moving into the setup, risk-based alerting. So this page covers some minor content which gives you a better understanding around how these are set up and where the correlation configurations are saved and can be found. Moving on now to setup of the security feeds. The security feeds for enterprise security are set up very similarly to the main app feeds, but this page helps to explain the basics, especially around the RBA specific settings. Finally, selecting from the docs drop-down and the troubleshoot. One of our most important pages is troubleshoot. This page goes into some detail about how to find the application logs, validate the app deployment, and report issues to the recorded future support team. Please note that the logs, screenshots, and detailed instructions on how to reproduce your errors are very helpful in resolving problems effectively.